It's your boy Matty G reminding you right now, go ahead and take that popcorn on at the microwave, put that extra butter on it, throw some M&Ms in there to treat yourself, and get ready because Scott Larson is bringing the hashtag truth right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to come see some of the best wrestling in the Carolinas? Well, look no further than HWA Live. Stars such as Brino Royce, Primal Rage, Chase Loveless and Chris Hambrick, Brian Thrill, The Wranglers, and Chris Thunder Anderson, and many, many more. Come check out HWA Live. HWA Live has shows every 2 weeks at the Gilkey Community Center, 217 Gilkey School Road, Rutherfordton, North Carolina. Message HWA Live on Facebook for all ticket information. HWA Live will sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Oh, yes, HWA Live coming this weekend, the 25th, 217 Gilkey School Road, Rutherfordton, North Carolina. $10 at the door, man. Great show out there. You guys don't want to miss it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight we have the one, the only, the Playboy, Alex Bryant. What's up, man?
Scott, man, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you having me on, man. For real, it's awesome.
Oh, man, I tried to get you on before and I got sick. I apologize. I thank you for rescheduling with me, brother. I appreciate it a lot.
Absolutely, man.
I'm going to start right off with the question that when I first saw your name, I have to ask, where did the Playboy come from? Because, there's a story there.
Okay, so when I first got to the part of my training where it was, okay, you need a name, you need a gimmick, we got to have something to push you with, something that's marketable and stuff like that. And so it started kind of going and just backstory slightly. Before I became a professional wrestler, I did acting and modeling. So when the guys I wrestled with found that out, then it was like, oh man, you're such a pretty boy, you're this, that, and there was jokes and everything. So they threw some of the wildest names at me. And it was like, you could be the premier model. And I was like, wrong. So one of the guys that I wrestled with, Jim Stone, good guy. He always would make jokes about me being a light-skinned sensation. And he would say, oh man, I'm sure you get all the girls with that accent and that skin tone, yada, yada. So one day he was talking about that and he was like, I bet you were somewhat of a playboy back in the day. And I said,
ding, ding, ding.
I said, you know what, man? I said, you didn't know me before I was 26. I said, but from 19 to maybe 24, 25, yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one. So it just kind of stuck, man. And then, somebody, Jonathan Darwin actually told me one time, he said, I think that's perfect for you. He said, because with the way you look and the body that you have and the way you move in the ring, I just think that fits you. So it ended up working in my favor.
There you go. I love that, man. I love that. And do you play it up when you come to the ring? I mean, do you play up the Playboy thing? I mean, like, do you have you ever come out there with, classy clothes on and play the gimmick up?
I've done a couple in-ring promos where I'm in, nice khakis, button-down belt, got the cowboy boots on, because I'm really a kid from a small 2 red light country farm town. So I know how to ride horses and stuff. So I got the cowboy boots on. And then, one of my signatures has always been Ray-Ban sunglasses. So I throw those on sometimes, like people say, why are you wearing sunglasses indoors? I don't know, man, because it's cool, So I've done that. And then I used to have the Hawaiian laid and I would take it off and put it on a girl during my entrance.
Nice.
But I can't do it with too much flash and flare because we're family friendly. We're PG, you know.
Right. Oh, I got you. But still, the Playboy thing, you can still kind of play it. I mean, even like Val Venus with his
Oh yeah,
character, he was family friendly, even though he did the
yeah. It was
the adults knew where he was going with that, but the kids they just saw a guy dancing and taking a towel off. You know what I'm saying?
I did. I was. It's funny because I am Team Sexy, Daddy Dave, and Mr. Magnificent.
Okay.
About a year into the business, they told me they wanted me to be an honorary member of Team Sexy. So about 6 months later, I had the chance to join them for a 6-man. And when you see them come out for their entrance, they wear the big silk shirts. And I'm not a big guy like they are. So
Right.
I bought a silk robe and it was purple to match my gear. And I came out with it. And, there was a little flair of that, but that's about as far as I've pushed it so far in my career.
Right. Man, we got a lot of people lighting it up over here. Got some questions for you, man.
Oh,
Missy
man.
says, do you come out with roses for the ladies?
I do not, but I've actually given some thought to doing that. And also, I thought about walking out with one in my mouth, just kind of carrying it old style, like some of the Italian guys would do. But there's a guy that I have a lot of respect for that he does some work for AML, and he does that. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I can't remember the wrestler's name. I think I know who you're talking
Gustavo.
about. Yeah, he
Yeah.
comes out and does the whole thing where he kneels and he throws the pedals sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Okay, and
Yep.
that makes sense. You don't want to step on somebody else's gimmick.
No, I got a lot of respect for that guy in his in-ring work. I love his promos. I really hope I get the chance to work with him one day, possibly at AML. So I just wouldn't want anybody to get the wrong idea, like, hey man, come up with your own stuff. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Alexander Polk said wasn't. I don't know what that means, but Alex, you're gonna have to, give me a little bit more than wasn't. I have no idea what that meant, bro. Luke wants to know how long have you been in professional wrestling?
I started training to become a wrestler in February of 2020, and I
Okay.
made my official full-time roster debut in November of 2020. So I've been
Okay.
actively wrestling and working shows since November of 2020.
There you go. There you go. And we're going to go over, speaking of wrestling, we're going to go like I've been doing lately and everybody seems to be enjoying. We're going to watch Alex Bryant wrestle in a little while, the third segment of the show. We're going to watch one of his matches together and it's going to be awesome, guys. Stick around for that.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
he meant to say what's up. Okay.
What's going on, Alex, man? Hey, appreciate you tuning in, brother. Thank you, man.
Right. Joey Godfrey, owner and promoter of HWA, says Chris Thunder Anderson will get you a rose, Missy. Missy's Chris's wife. Chris is a wrestler. So, yeah, he will. He will, Joey. I know it.
Yes, sir.
And Luke said Gustavo.
That's him. That's the guy from AML with the roses. Yep. Great
There
guy.
you go.
Great worker.
Yeah, I think I seen him one time wrestle up in Lincolnton. I think he came to a show in Lincolnton it was a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I think that's where I saw him. And yeah, great guy, great wrestler. He had a tag team partner at that time. I do believe he was part of a tag team at that time.
I think he's teaming with I cannot remember the guy's name right now, but I was actually in a 10-man tag against his new tag team partner before. I just cannot remember his name at this point, but he has a new tag partner now.
Alexander Aragon said, "Hi, Alex."
From one Alex to another, how you doing, man?
So I gotta ask, is Alex short for Alexander?
Man, honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Alex, I got that from Alex Wright from WCW.
There you go.
I had a cousin that was a big WCW guy. He did some work for them and did some work in the power plant.
Okay.
And he would always talk about him and tell me to watch his matches and stuff. So I studied him a little bit. And
if I remember, Alex Wright was the one that kind of came out and did the little dance,
tall
right?
German
The shimmy.
guy.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And I kind of liked his style. I thought he was kind of cool. And I thought Alex was a very marketable name. So I was like, I'm going to use it.
There you go. Rhonda said, "Hey, Scott. Hey, Miss Rhonda. How you doing? Thank you for coming to #Truth." Luke wants to know, where did Alex Bryant come from? Where'd you come from? Where are you legitly from?
Okay, so legitimately, I am from
Because
a
you mentioned your
yeah.
accent and you're a
So
cowboy and
right, I'm from a small two red light farm town in South Carolina called Aynor. It is spelled Aynor. It's about
oh,
45 minutes from Myrtle Beach. So
okay.
that's where I'm billed from Myrtle Beach, because if I tell someone, "Hey, I'm from Aynor," they're going to give me that look like, "What?" Because
Who?
is that a real
Huh?
place? But hey, I'm proud of where I'm from. It's my
Hey,
hometown.
that's it.
Grew up there. But when I got into the business, and even when I was doing the acting and modeling, when I signed my contract to do that, it said from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, but I'm actually from a small town called Aynor. You can look it up. It's real. It's
I
there.
believe you. I believe you, sir. We've got people asking a ton of questions. I love this.
Oh
So
man,
people are really digging you, man. I'm gonna say that.
awesome.
Um, Let me see. I'm trying to catch up. You guys are scrolling it up so fast. What's up, guys? Scott, be easy. I'm my boy now. I'm not. Hey, I'm not a playboy, so he might teach me a few things before the end of this show. You know what I'm saying?
I got some tips for you, Scott.
Missy Childers said that's cool. Yes, very
Awesome.
cool. The name,
Oh, okay. So I told you where Alex comes from, Alex Wright. And
right,
so Bryant comes from, as I'm coming up with my gimmick and as I'm coming up with my name, we lost Kobe Bryant. And I'm not a huge basketball fan, but I do like watching it. And I always one thing I took from Kobe was that whole Mamba mentality of being ready and being tough and being hard nosed. Because, anybody that's ever met me in person, if you see my pictures or you see me in the ring, I look like I'm bigger than I actually am, but I've never been a massive presence guy,
right.
and I played outside linebacker in football. So I had to be mentally tough, and I took that from Kobe. So he passed away, and I said, you know what? Let me pay some homage to a legend, a guy that, he changed the game. And
Right.
so that's where I put it together, and Alex Bryant meshed, and it was like, let's market this thing. And hey,
Right.
shout out to Eddie for being on here. Nice stick, Eddie Brown. He's the man. If I'll tell you like this, and I mean this 110%, if there's no nightstick Eddie Brown, there would never have been an Alex Bryant.
Oh, wow.
That's a fact.
Awesome. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. Now, going to your name and the character you play and everything, and I have to tell people this because I say it all the time, and people that are old school like me say it all the time. When you're in the business, especially the wrestling business, have a wrestling body.
Yes, sir.
Go to the gym, put some effort into your body. Don't come out with a big
Absolutely.
belly. I mean, there's some people that come out and carry weight well and do good in the ring. I can't say anything bad about Vader. I mean, he was one of the best. But
One
you
of the
know what I'm
best big
saying? For
men
the
ever.
most part, go to the gym. Vader still went to the gym, and
Yes,
stuff like that.
sir.
He was just big.
Absolutely.
But go to the gym, and I have to do this, man. I have to do this because I'm one of them guys that just I'm gonna brag on somebody if they deserve bragged on. Um, I'm trying to get the picture that I put out of the
Oh,
show. Let me see if I
okay,
have it.
yeah.
Let me see if I have it. I don't think I have it right away.
Oh, the promo pictures.
Yeah, the picture that I put out for the show
Oh,
here.
yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I can't find it right away. But you're buff, dude. I mean, your body, your fat body percentage has to be less than 5, right?
Man, I'll tell you, and people are gonna think I'm crazy. So when I walked in the door of training school for wrestling, it was a cool Sunday in February, and I
Right.
walked in there weighing all of 130 pounds. That's a straight
Okay.
shoot right there. That's not a work, that's a shoot.
Okay.
And again, shout out to Nightstick Eddie Brown. Like I said, with no Eddie, there's no Alex. I had done some training, and he just looked at me one day and he said, "You got something. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to bring it out of you." And then, a couple weeks later, he looked at me and he said, "Hey, man," he said, "I'm going to shoot straight with you. I mean, no disrespect by this." He's like, "I have some ideas. I have some things I'd love to do with you." He's
Right.
like, "But I need you to get bigger. I need you to put on some weight."
Right.
And I said, "Yes, sir, no problem. I got you." And there's a professional wrestler by the name of code name Flex, and
Okay.
he's a close friend of mine. We actually just had a pretty intense one-on-one battle back in January of this year, and he's become one of my closest friends in the business. But he's a personal trainer, and I
Okay.
reached out to him. He started writing out my workouts. He started helping me diet, helping me change my sleep schedule. And I started with him in January of 2021. And from that point to right now, I'm up to 165 pounds.
Nice.
And I am bigger, faster, and stronger than I have ever been at any point in my life. So I got to give credit to Eddie for saying that. And then I got to give credit to Flex for helping me because, we changed things along the way and he really helped me grow. And dude, I'm going to tell you, it's still mind blowing to look back.
So did you train up there with Eddie at his complex? I interviewed Eddie a while back, and it just hit me when you said Nightstick Eddie Brown, and the memory just washed back into my head. It's like, I remember interviewing him. He was right out. As a matter of fact, he was about to go into training when he did the interview back in the day. If you're still watching, Eddie, do you remember that? He was sitting out in his car doing the interview. And there were actually some of the wrestlers came out and asked him some questions through the window during the show. And then,
absolutely. I started training with Eddie. I'm an RWC Ring Wars Carolina. I'm a homegrown talent. I'm the only South Carolina guy on the roster. And I'm actually currently his television champion right now.
Okay. Nice.
And Eddie has sent from day one, I came in and I was just I was a guy that played football and I have an amateur wrestling background. And he said, okay, let's see what we can do with it. And he pushed me. And we butted heads a little bit because I'm a little headstrong, but he was patient with me. And he's gotten me to the point now where I have more confidence in myself and I feel like I move better in the ring. And I've had a chance to wrestle Eddie before and he beat me up pretty good. So don't let anybody sleep on Nightstick because he's the real deal.
I love that. You've got a ton of people on here. Let me see here. Let me catch back up. Marquine said that your town was by Myrtle Beach near his hometown.
Okay.
Missy said, what do you come out to the ring with? What is your music?
Okay, so I know you're going to get a kick out of this, Scott. So I'm the Playboy Alex Bryant, right? So it's only right that my theme song match. So when I'm wrestling at home at the RWC Arena in Lumberton, North Carolina, my walkout song is The Stroke by Billy Squire. Now, when I wrestle... When we because we travel around as Ring Wars Carolina and we do these ring pops in these random places and festivals, my walkout song is Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'm a classic rock guy, man. I love classic rock.
But it makes sense. It totally makes sense, bro. Marquine said he's close to
Monk's Corner. Hey, 843. That's where I'm at, baby, representing.
Oh, there you go.
Monk's Corner. I think if I remember correctly, Monk's Corner is about an hour 45 from me.
There you go. Ron Emerson Jr. of the Wrestling Wire. Go check him out every Thursday and Sunday night. Said, "What's up, Scott Larson? How's it going, Alex?"
Ron, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you tuning in, man.
Alexander Aragon. He said it twice. Okay. Marquine McQueen said, I got family there in Conway.
That's the town I live in now,
in Georgetown.
Yes, sir. Georgetown.
Joey Godfrey said, Scott, go back to the boom boom room. Okay, I'll tell my little story for just a quick second. Joey's referring to back when I first started #Truth. I actually had this was the setup, guys. This is my room. You can see it. This is my bed. You can see the wall back there. Me and my wife was in the same room at that time. We're not in the same room anymore because of my health conditions and everything. But I legitimately had my computer desk in our closet facing, and all you saw behind me was our queen size bed that was back there. So Joe used to say, you do your podcast out of the boom boom room.
Yes, sir.
My wife loved that. So yeah, he's going back to the boom boom room days. Joey, no boom boom room no more, man. Sorry.
That's funny, man.
Ron Emerson said, same reason I claim DC. I feel you there, Alex. Hometown boys talking about. Yeah, I mean,
Yes, sir,
I'm
man.
from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was actually born in Mauston, a small town in Wisconsin, but I spent most of my time in Milwaukee, the big city. So
Absolutely.
I got the best of both worlds. I was raised in the big city, then we moved down to Tennessee and Mississippi and that. And I got raised in the small towns like you're talking about, the
Yes,
one
sir.
horse towns, the one red light, you blink and you're through them.
Yep.
I was raised in a couple of those towns too. So I got the best of both worlds growing up.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Eddie, he said you should ask him about the RWC Television Championship. You just spoke of it. So who'd you beat to win the RWC Television Championship?
I beat he's probably, if I had to say where he ranks on my arch rivals list, he's the solid number 2 behind Victor Andrews. I beat Caden Pierre, the Pink Prince.
Oh, Caden Pierre. The first time I saw Caden Pierre was up in the mountains of North Carolina. They were doing a show for me for my health. And she showed up and came in there. And I didn't know what to think at first, but then she got in the ring and started. Oh my gosh.
Man, let me tell you something about Caden Pierre. And I will stand anywhere on any platform in any arena in front of any board, and I'll tell them, if you want a moneymaker and you want someone that can go with anybody
and do a heck of a promo. I've seen her do promos left and right, and awesome.
It's a guy.
I know. But I'm respecting the character. We used to have a character at HWA, used to be EWF, named BB Naturally.
Yeah,
same type character.
And absolutely.
I'll say her again. Loved her to death.
Absolutely.
Everybody knew the guy, but he came out to Venus, the song Venus. So that'll tell you something. And he came out with his Shaw, and I mean, he was our champ for a while there. And sang happy birthday to me at my birthday, kissed me on the cheek. They got a picture of me being beat red. It was good times, man.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, when I get a chance, because I've worked with Caden, we've worked 3 matches. The first one was I was maybe a year into my career. And then the second time we worked, I had told him before the second match, I was like, listen, now I'm a different guy this time. Right. And he was like, okay, we're going to see. And man, that second match, the third match we had was for the title. So it was very sentimental to me. But that second match we had, man, I'm going to tell you, that's probably the second best match that I've had in my career thus far. Nice. And it's because we have great chemistry. Easy guy to work with. Now, he's going to beat the brake cables off you at every turn. But if you can hang with him and you can match his energy, man, it's money every time.
Eddie said, wow, thank you, but he put the work in. Okay. Alexander said, when I was wrestling, I went by Alex Slinger. I got the slinger from the Gunslinger monster truck, and the man that actually made the monster truck and drove it got killed in a train accident. Well, that's sad.
Rest in peace, man. That's an awesome story, though, man. That's awesome.
Right. That is a good story. I love stories like that. Stravi Stones, you got to go check this guy out on YouTube. He said, Scott, what's going on, Stravi? Oh, my best friend, the guy that helped bring hashtag truth to life, he says Johnny Smith, but this is Chuck. I'm going to call him Chuck because that's his real name. He said, just to let you know, I still love you, Scott, and welcome to the hashtag truth, Alex.
My man. Appreciate y'all having me, man.
He's my partner. He's my partner on another podcast that we do, the podcast about anything and everything. So I love, I miss this guy, man. His wife's been having some medical issues and he's been kind of, staying at home. Totally understandable. We love him to death. Love the whole family. But I miss my friend. I'm just going to tell him that on air, man. I miss him.
I respect that, Scott. I feel the same.
Alexander said, I want to get bigger as well, but because I struggle with my weight, like I am a small guy, I had RSV when I was little, and that really affected my weight. There's ways around that, Alex. You just got to keep working, man. Don't ever stop working.
Never. Just remember the grind doesn't stop. And hey, man, just never be afraid to reach out to people and ask questions about stuff like that, because Dude, I struggled with that. I still, I have battles with it now, and that's why I have to eat the way I eat because, man, if you saw
Right.
pictures of, the beginning of Alex Bryant, current Alex Bryant, you'd say, wow, so I understand, man, and just reach out to people. Never be afraid to talk to them.
Well, I'm going to take this. You were talking so well, sir. I blew right past my first sponsorship stuff. So I'm gonna catch back up, and then when we come back, Missy Childers has a question, and there's a bunch that they're still coming in hot and heavy with the comments. So we're gonna go back to that. But let's go ahead and hit some of my
Alrighty.
sponsors here real quick. HWA Live this Saturday, March 25th at the Gilkey Community Center, 217 Gilkey School Road, Rutherford, North Carolina. Tickets are $10 at the door. Kids 12 and under get in for $5. Doors open 6:30, bell time 7:30. You don't want to miss HWA Live. I ran the commercial at the beginning of the show. A lot of great people out there, ladies and gentlemen. Also, on the 25th, Saturday, doors open 6, bell time 7, out at the Burke County Fairgrounds. NAWA is going to have a great show out there, 145 Boast Road in Morganton, North Carolina. All coming down to the main event of the evening, which is an NAWA heavyweight championship. It's a Burke County street fight. Big Donnie versus Chris Thunder Anderson. They have had a rivalry for a little while now, and it's all going to come down to that Burke County street fight. I was about to show a show that was already done. That's what happens when you're live and you don't, do what you got to do on here. I'm also going to plug these guys, even though they're not a sponsor. I'm going to plug these guys. Kingdom Championship Wrestling. I was just interviewing these guys Friday, March 19th at 6 p.m. at the Austin Theater, 126 East Main Street in Fort Valley, Georgia. Go out and check out Kingdom Championship Wrestling. For any information on tickets, call 470-512-3175. Kingdom Championship Wrestling. You guys want to check that out for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, Alex, we got them comments coming in hot and heavy. We're probably going to spend the rest of the show except for watching your match.
I love answering questions because I want people to really look, man. I always say this: you can watch my matches, you can come to a show, but if you really want to know the real Alex Bryant, I'm always up to answer questions and talk to people.
There you go.
Hey, and
I love that about you, sir.
Hey, that guy's,
I love that about you, man. Missy asked one. She said, "Is there TV tapings of the show that we can watch somewhere?"
Yes, you can find all episodes of Ring Wars Carolina on YouTube. All you have to do is go to your search bar, type in Ring Wars Carolina Battlegrounds. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's 74 episodes. Also, if you have an Amazon Fire Stick or a Roku TV, you can download the King Network. It's owned by Lee Williams. He's the network king. You can go into their sports category and you can watch RWC even back past from where I'm at and go way back and watch when they had girls like Mercedes Monet was on there. C.W. Anderson's on there, Billy Gunn, everybody, the Road Warriors. Yeah, you can go back and watch all of the RWC stuff.
I've got Roku. I'm definitely gonna download King
yes,
Network
sir,
now.
man. It's
yeah.
Network, baby. We on there. Ring Wars Carolina coming at you live and in color.
Melanie Rabin, I hope I said that right. Said my boy.
That is my mother.
Hey, Mom, welcome to Hashtag Truth.
She's the biggest
Miss
fan.
Melanie.
She's the loudest.
Miss Melanie, you raised a fine boy. You raised a fine wrestler. Let me tell you.
She's the loudest one in the arena. Hey, I'll tell you what, Scott, real quick.
Go ahead.
If you want to make a heel, you put my mom in the front row, have them beat on me. Made. Guarantee you, made. Made.
Now I've got to ask you, does your mom come to any of your wrestling shows?
Dude.
Okay.
She's in the front row by the fence.
Hey, the reason why I asked is I was rewatching some episodes of some podcasts, and one of them was, The Undertaker was being interviewed, and he said he made the mistake of taking his mom to one wrestling show. And when they started beating him up, she literally, they had to prevent her from jumping the barricade because she thought her baby boy was getting beat on in there for real. And she was about to jump the barricade and do some damage.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I'm about 90% sure that there have been times where my stepfather had to restrain her.
And that's a good thing. That means, hey, that lets me know that your wrestling is real and that it looks like you're getting beat down, and that's awesome, dude.
Hey man, my mom, I'll tell you like this. James Anthony and Nightstick Eddie Brown are on the roster. Their biggest rival is my mother.
Yes. That's cool, man. I love that. Jamie Purge said Purge in motion. Great up and coming wrestler. Jamie is. Marquine McQueen said, yep. Missy Childers said, love it. Finally, someone that gets it. The music, yes.
Yeah.
Jamie Purge said, hashtag truth was up. Okay, gotcha. Oh, here we go with some. Oh, man. I love this kid, man. He said, hey, Alex, how are you tonight? When I come back to Ring Wars, I'm ready to get in the ring with you one by one. Zachariah.
Yes, sir.
Zachariah Cutter is the bomb, man. He said he wants to meet you next time you come back to Ring Wars.
He's the prince of the cruiserweights, man. I met him. He came up and did a show with us. I want to think it was last year around March or April. I can't remember, but we did a 6-pack challenge match, and he was actually in the 6-pack challenge. Yeah. My man, yeah, Kid Cutter, yeah. Nice guy, man. Hey, good kid. I met him, met his mom. I think it was his.
Yeah, it's his mom, Miss Julie.
Yeah,
Miss Julie.
Great people, man. Very, very nice. And they're South Carolina people too.
Oh yeah. I know them very well. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to on Christmas night. Unfortunately, the show got canceled due to some things that happened out at the Armory. But I was actually supposed to walk them out. And if I can ever get the shirt to work right.
Yeah, management, Kid Cutter, my man, the prince of the cruiserweights. Hey, I
was supposed to walk him out. I was looking forward to that show, and I was so disappointed when it was canceled. Missy Childers said, Joey Godfrey of HWA, you need to book this guy. And I totally agree, Missy, 100%.
Awesome.
1,000%. Marquine said, we need to link ASAP for the 843.
Always down to put on for the 843, man.
And get you into APW Boiling Springs. Everybody's wanting a piece of
Alex Bryant.
There you go, man. I'm telling you.
I love it, man.
Everybody wants a little bit of the player up in there, man. I love that.
I love it, man. That's awesome.
Joey said, Missy, I have a booking team. So, hey, Joey, I'll send them to that booking team right after the show, sir. You watch. He said South Carolina. Marquine did. She said, okay, I will tell them. So will I. Yeah. You saying, okay, I will tell them is funny, Missy, because she's in the same house with one of them. I'm just saying. Dax, here we go. Mr. Carter, who's going to be on Wednesday night, said, please ask Alex why we call him the Impact Player.
Okay, so this is so funny. So one of my absolute favorite matches of all time is Chris Jericho as Lionheart versus Lance Storm, ECW One Night Stand. And if you remember correctly, they were in a tag team. Lance Storm was in a tag team with Just Incredible. They were the Impact Players. And I always thought that was awesome. And like I had said before, I'm a former football guy. And when you watch the games on Sunday, it pops up at the bottom of the screen and it says, these are your Impact Players for the game. So we all talked about it one day and they started saying, well, Alex, when you come out there, you have an impact on the crowd, you have an impact on the fans, you have an impact on the boys in the back with your attitude and your personality and the way you do things. And then not a big guy, but I strike big, and right. I do these big moves and, sometimes it's, fisherman suplexes and belly to belly overheads and stuff like that. And it's, I do springboards to the top rope like Shelton Benjamin, because shout out Shelton Benjamin. He's a South Carolina guy, and I love that guy.
Sir.
South Carolina, So it stuck, man. And then it was Codename Flex, Jim Stone, Victor Andrews, James Anthony and Nightstick and Caribbean Tiger. Shout out. He just had to retire this
Oh
year.
man, I love Caribbean. Another guy that I've
Man,
interviewed and have all the respect in the
Oh,
world
dude,
for,
shout
man.
out to him. He actually had to retire this year. He actually helped train me as well. And I'll give him the same respect. If there's no Caribbean Tiger, there's no Alex Bryant. But
Man, I'm telling you, I interviewed him and I loved it because he was sitting on his patio in the back. He had his drink sitting in front of him, had the big cigar, man. I love that interview. That was one of my favorite interviews I ever did, man.
Those guys, man, once it caught fire, it just boom. And then it was, it was Top Gun tournament. Oh, bam, he just won. He's going here. He's going to the finals. Cage match, last man standing match. He's the impact player. And then it just
and to be in the locker room with a guy like that, with all the experience and stuff like that. Let me just ask you, did that help you out? Did you sit down with the guys that you just named off, which are all huge names? Are you the guy that goes back there? I know you probably don't bug them, but do you sit down and say, "Hey, man, is there anything I can improve on?"
Oh, dude, I bugged the absolute piss out of these guys.
Okay.
Because I'm the biggest self-critic. I'm the guy that's in the back doing 100 push-ups right before I walk through the curtain. Because my nerves are crazy, and they're like, okay, well, gas yourself out before the match, but when I got in, man, I would sit down with Caribbean Tiger. I've had the chance to sit down with Victor Andrews, have telephone calls and sit downs with Codename Flex, Jim Stone, Nightstick. I've slept on Nightstick's couch like 100 times, and we'll get in the car and he already knows. I'm like, dude, I'm about to talk your head off because I want to know, and so having those guys, listen, all those guys I just named, and if I left anybody out, I promise I apologize. Oh, Preston Quinn, one half of the Extreme Horsemen. Yep. Big factor. Everybody I just named, those guys have helped put together what you see today as Alex Bryant. And then a guy like Fodder, who's on our roster, he's our heavyweight champion. I've talked to him multiple times. I've had a chance to be down in Florida with him and down in Atlanta with him. EC3, Control Your Narrative. I've had a chance to talk to him and get critiques from him and watch and study matches with him. The same with Austin Aries. Talk to him. A guy named Dante Smiley from out in Texas. He's helped me out. A guy named August Artois from down in Florida. All these guys, man, that I've been blessed to share a locker room with and to be on a card with, and that I can look at them and say, hey, will you guys check my match out? Or I'll come through the curtain and the first thing I do is I go to Eddie and I'm like, hey, man, I know you're busy, but if that sucked, just tell me. You know what I mean? So, and his favorite thing to do to me, because he knows he can throw my nervous system off, is I'm standing there and the song comes on and they're announcing my name and Eddie will say, hey, man, when you go out there, don't mess up. And I'm like, so having those guys.
He should do this one time. Hey, Eddie, you got to do this to Alex just one time, just to mess with him. When he's back there, just about to go through the curtain, lean in and go, hey, man, we changed the ending, and just walk away.
Yeah, he would do that to me.
Don't tell him what it is. Just walk away.
Dude, it's having those guys around me are exactly why I've been able to do the things I've done, why I've been able to become, not only the athlete that I am and the worker that I am, but the person I am that is welcomed into these different locker rooms that I go to, and that people meet me or they see me work and they say, hey, man, we'd like to bring you back in, or hey, we'd like to get you over here. And that comes from the training that I got at Ring Wars Carolina, because it's the best school around. I don't care what anybody else tells me. But the guys there, it's a brotherhood. And like if you have something happen in your personal life or something happens to you, let me tell you like this, man. These guys love you so much and take care of you. Last year, I tore a muscle in my back. And I didn't tell anybody for about 6 months. When they found out, they were so mad that I let myself wrestle. But I owed it to them because they helped get me to a certain point.
Right.
And in my heart, in my heart, I could not let them down. And I knew that I had things to do. And man, let me tell you like this. Right before I won the Top Gun tournament last year, that's when my back healed, like 2 weeks before that.
Okay.
So those guys being in my corner, man, that's, excuse my French, that's one hell of a support system to have.
Right. Man, we're never going to catch up with these comments, but I hope we do. Marquine said, yes, he is. Caden is a beast in the ring. Met him at SOM with Zach Hester. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Jonathan Darwin, who also had a big thing in getting you on my show. Thank you, Jonathan, for setting this up for us, man. I appreciate it. He said April 1st in Lumberton, North Carolina. He was answering the same thing you did, RWC TV on YouTube. Majestic Marie of Peaches and Power Bombs. You guys need to go check out her podcast, her and her partner over there. She said, hello, gentlemen.
How you doing?
Jonathan Darwin said, something I have always wondered when I was making my commentary debut for RWC at the Golden Opportunity Rumble. Was that your in-ring debut?
That was the first time that I saw active competition. You are correct about that, Jonathan. But I didn't become an official member of the roster until a couple months later. But he is correct. We did technically debut at the same time, yes.
Melanie Mama said, I think it was. she's right on top of it. That's right. She's right on top of it. I love that. She said, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
When I was complimenting her about her baby boy, and every word of it was true, Miss Melanie. Judy Richardson said, hey, what mama? Who's Miss Judy?
That's my grandma.
We even got grandma on hashtag truth. Hello, Miss Judy. Man, I love it.
You know who her favorite is on the roster?
Who's her favorite?
It's not me. It's Nightstick Eddie Brown.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, gotta root for who you like, man. I mean, come on now.
Yes.
Now, Miss Judy, I'd have a question for you. Who would you root for if it was the RWC Heavyweight Championship and it was Eddie Brown versus your grandson? Who would it be? I want to know, Grandma. I want to know. Miss Judy, tell me, please.
She would
Melanie, yes. Missy said moms have to straighten people out sometimes.
Lord have mercy.
Brandon Ledford said, hey, Brandon, what's up, buddy? Said, Scott, how you doing tonight, my awesome friend? Proudly wearing my hashtag truth face. This man right here is such a fan of my show, and I love him to death. He's a good friend of mine. He had a watch that he put the hashtag truth logo on his watch, and he
That's
an
awesome.
Apple Watch, and he walks around with it, and it's beautiful. I wish I had one. I ain't gonna lie. I'm jealous. Just got done with my stuff for South Carolina license. Just waiting for mine to come in. I can't wait, bro.
Mine for Virginia just came in the mail actually last week.
Oh, there you go. Okay, we see the shirt you're wearing, and he wants to know, did you wrestle for Control Your Narrative?
So this is so wild, man. So when Control Your Narrative started, the first RWC guy that was in it was Fodder. And of course, through Fodder and him, kind of name dropping some different guys on the roster, a couple of the guys, off the roster got picked up out in Texas or, and down in Florida. I actually didn't get picked up until they came to North Carolina to AML. And I got picked up off of the seminar, and I wrestled one match for Control Your Narrative. And then, I don't know all the fine-tuned details. I don't ask any questions. That's above my pay grade. But yes, I was officially part of Control Your Narrative. It's just kind of it's at a pausing point right now, but it's still there. I promise you.
There you go.
I can't say any more about it, but take my word for it. I'm a member of Control Your Narrative. It's
all good. And Brandon Ledford wants to know if anybody knows how he can watch Control Your Narrative.
Yes, you can watch all of the Control Your Narrative. You can watch the background stuff, and you can watch all of the episodes on Pro Wrestling TV. And if you check out the Control Your Narrative AML crossover, you will see yours truly in a 10-man tag.
There you go. Grandma said, my grandson, naturally. That's the answer I wanted to hear.
Now, Grandma, I love you, but you cannot be telling fibs on the internet.
Trevor Highsmith Jr. said, Mr. Impact Player, AK, all the way awesome. Can't wait to ref one of your matches again.
He is the lead official at Ring Wars Carolina.
There you go. So he's the best guy with a blind eye is what you're trying to tell me, right?
Yep. He's refed about 90% of my matches in the past year. Yep.
I got you. Grandma said that boy's shooting a Lena about Eddie.
Okay, Grandma.
I bet when you guys get together for family things, I bet it's never a dull moment, man.
Man, let me tell you something, brother. We should have our own reality TV show. I get it naturally and honestly.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Oh, here we go. Dex Carter again, guys. This guy will be on #Truth Wednesday night. You don't want to miss it at 8 o'clock. We need to change the Bryant family to the Impact family.
Man, let me tell you something about Dex Carter, man. That guy is one of the hardest workers in the room. And when I met him after I had a main event match against Jim Stone, and we got match of the night for that match. By the way, Jim Stone, that dude is a beast. He's awesome. Right. And he's also a great person, but he's a beast of a wrestler. And he beat the brake cables off me for about a good 9 minutes, you know. But we got match of the night, and Dex actually presented us with we won free movie passes is what we won. And Dex and Eddie actually presented them to us. So, hey, nothing but love and respect for Dex Carter, man. That guy's awesome.
There you go. Jonathan Darwin said, Alex, don't forget to record your opening for #Truth.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely getting that in there.
Oh, man, I would love it. I would play it over and over again. No lie. No lie. Mama said, Dex Carter, I already got my Mama Playboy gear, but yes, we need that name also.
They love her, man. The RWC roster loves my mom, man.
I love you too. I'm loving every bit of this. This is great. Brandon said, Pro Wrestling TV. I think I may have the app. I'll check it out. Thanks. And do please come to HWA.
Yes, sir, brother.
Trevor said, you still got to get me. Don't forget me halfway through the year.
Yeah, that's we have a outstanding bet that I can get him to break during a match. So I haven't really tried lately, but I'm gonna get him.
Speaking of referees, William D. Norris says sounds like a lot of RWC folks.
Mr. William, let me tell you something, brother. I'm not one to toot our horn, but if you want action-packed action, look no further. Ring Wars Carolina, we're coming at you.
I've been watching matches of you for a few hours today and earlier. And we were supposed to go over one of your matches. We might still do that, but we're already 47 minutes in, bro. Because it's such great. You are a great interview, sir, man. I'm telling you, any company would be lifted up higher if they were to bring you to their company and have you wrestle, man. I've enjoyed. I'm not done with the interview by any means. Don't think I'm doing an outro,
right.
But man, I'm telling you, this has been refreshing. You're very your etiquette is perfect. You're answering questions perfectly. I mean, you could tell, and this is me saying, we can tell that you've been well trained. You've been well versed in wrestling, and you listen. And everybody who's watching, and I know Mama and Grandma's watching, but I'm talking about the wrestling people, because we've already had some people out there saying, hey, we want you to come here. We want you to come here. They get it already. They can tell when a wrestler is a wrestler that needs to come, and we're about to show. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. We're going to show this match and the reason why you need to come. Give us the intro on what we're about to see.
Okay, so this was the semifinals of the RWC bracket of the inaugural AIWF Top Gun tournament. It was the first time in 30 years they had ever done this tournament. It was 4 companies under the AIWF blanket. I actually have the trophy. I'll bring it and show you guys after this, but this was the semifinal match for our bracket, and it's going to be myself versus James Anthony. And this is a match that I had a lot of fun with, which I'm going to
go ahead and start playing it. I'm not going to play the sound because I don't want any, YouTube is really harsh about, giving you red flags for music and sound and background, so I'm not going to do that. But we're going to go ahead and watch the match as we're talking. So go ahead and continue telling us about it.
So yeah, it's the semifinals, and like I said, I love mixing it up with James Anthony. I was really nervous going into this match because it's the semifinals, and it's the first time they ever did the tournament, and I had a chance that if I won this to make it to the finals, and Jim Stone was awaiting me in the finals. Imagine that, but because he's a beast and he blew through his side, and I really, had to fight hard for mine. So, and let me tell you something about James Anthony. He's the current School of Morton heavyweight champion. That
Nice.
dude is the real freaking deal, and he's been very instrumental in my career as well. Great.
You've wrestled him quite a few times. I mean, if you guys go to YouTube and put in Playboy Alex Bryant, sky's the limit on the matches that are on YouTube. You guys can watch hours of Mr. Bryant here, and it's worth every minute of it. Trust me. But yeah, you've wrestled this guy quite a few times, so I can see why you're saying that.
Oh, we have great chemistry, man. We work very well together, and he's going to push you, and he's going to talk trash the entire time he's pushing you.
Now, Brandon Ledford wants to know, where did this take place? He said it looks like a large city.
It's actually coming up again. It's the Dogwood Festival that they have in Fayetteville every year. This was us. We were live in the middle of the street, and it was a bunch of fans that maybe they've seen wrestling, maybe they haven't. But I will tell you, on this particular day, that crowd kept growing and growing.
It looks like it. I was about to say that. We've already seen some people that looked like they were walking down the road, and then they just stopped, and they haven't moved since.
Yeah, the camera being on this side, you don't get the full effect of it, but there's another camera set up over there.
You can see them right here coming into the screen. There's people setting up right below, the screen right here.
Yeah, they're everywhere, man. James over here complaining that I pulled his hair. He ain't even got no hair.
The great heel tactic. You pulled my hair.
Yeah, cheap shots me. Oh, you punk. Yeah, he gets his kicks out of beating up on me in front of people, and then he always makes jokes like, "Oh, you're a playboy. Where are all the women?" I'm like, they're sitting outside.
See, that's what I like, man. When they play up to your character and you play up to your character, that's fun for the fans, man.
Nice drop kick.
That was a nice drop kick. Got him set up. Going up against the ropes. Big lariat. Okay.
Where are you going? Why are you running?
I thought you was about to get up there and do so. Oh, you're gonna follow him. Cardinal mistake sometimes.
Yes, sir. It's baiting. He baited.
Oh, but you got him. You got him. Okay. Toss him back into the ring. Let's see what. Okay, that was a unique way to get back in the ring.
I don't even know why I did that now that I'm seeing it. I don't know that I've ever paid attention to that part of it, but
that was
there
it is, the perfect slam.
Yeah, that's definitely me paying homage to Kurt Hennig. Shout out, rest in peace. Perfect, simply perfect.
Yes, love it.
Yep, it's that time.
Play into the crowd a little bit.
This is one of
to go up top.
Good old JR would say I probably went to the well on.
Oh no! Got caught.
Man, I can feel that right now. And that.
Insecure upside the head.
And that.
Fall off the rope.
Oh, James Anthony.
That ain't going to be enough.
No. He's definitely going to need, listen, when you're going one-on-one with the Impact player, you're going to need more than that to keep me down. Nice snapmare. Ooh, yep. I can feel that too.
And if you have a bad back or had a bad back, that probably didn't feel too good.
And if you didn't, you probably have one now.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, man, James Anthony, when he strikes, he strikes. You definitely got to be ready. He's going to strike I think I know what happens here. Yep.
Oh, the big elbow. Okay.
Oof.
Okay.
Nice bump. Almost took my head clean off with that one. I was watching an interview that they did with Damian Wayne, and he said when you kick out, kick out like you mean it every single time.
Right. Right.
And then there's actually a pin that I use in every single one of my matches that C.W. Anderson taught me.
Right. I mean, I have the utmost respect for wrestlers who realize that even if you get hit with a finishing move or a huge power move,
Absolutely.
and they roll you up for the pin, take that other leg and act like you're trying, with the rest of your strength.
The classic
it looks good.
The classic Mick, the Mick, I call it the Mick Foley leg because he always did it.
Yeah. Yep, he did it at the end of the Hell in a Cell with the Undertaker. After the Undertaker gave him the tombstone, that little twitch kick.
Yep. Oh, he always did it, man. It was crazy.
It makes you look strong, even though you lost with a big power move, because you're still your will to fight is still there. I love that.
Oh, absolutely. You gotta, I've always heard that a good baby face always shows fight, always shows resilience. And that's my whole thing. And right here, okay, so he's going through this combination of moves right here. There was a lady at ringside that was like screaming. She was like, "You get off of him!" And he's like, "Oh, you want to see me do more?" And then cranks the heat up on me.
There it is. You can see him pointing to her.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember her yelling just like it was yesterday.
I love that. I love it when a wrestler turns, when he hears a heckle and he turns and he directs his comment toward that heckle. That's just as good as being, and I compare it to being at a show where somebody's doing stand-up comedy and you yell something and that comic turns around and heckles you back.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
What I'm saying? It makes you feel like you're part of the show. Uh-oh. Oh, he tried to do the big axe handle and got caught.
Nice.
Oh man, I love that.
That's where Impact player comes from, and right here as well.
Oh, and the kip. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Yep, the Shawn Michaels flying forearm. I love that.
Setting him up. What? Here it comes.
I can't get him.
It's
a Samoan drop.
Boom.
Yeah, big time Samoan drop. Go for the big pin. He won't stay down.
Oh, another near fall.
I'm telling you, man, James Anthony, resilience, man, tough guy, very tough guy. Good dude though, man. Definitely instrumental in my career.
Right. Getting the crowd hyped. Now look at them clapping over there on the other side of the hard cam, man. I love that. You got the crowd into it. They're watching this match intently.
Goodness. Oh, here goes. Yep.
Big knee to the face.
Knee to the face. Yep. I can feel all of this actually.
Oh,
big elbow.
Yeah.
Sends me back.
Spinning elbow to the face.
What's
he gonna do?
Big cutter.
Oh, a cutter off the second rope. Okay.
Yep. It was like 98 degrees that day. That mat was hot.
Stays on top of you, going for the pin. Oh, nice. Another near fall. Nice. Crowd getting into it some more back there. I love it.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, man, that crowd, from the time we started, by the end of the day, that crowd was massive. That was on Saturday. We ended that day with a big tag match that I was in, and I got the hot tag, and dude, it was insane. That crowd of kids.
I'm not laughing at you, sir. I'm going to put some of these comments up while we're talking because, like I said, we're never going to catch up when we get off of here after watching this match. So I'm going to run through some of these, man. Jonathan said, I had the privilege of calling the CYN AML event with Josh Gary that night. Great stuff.
Coach Josh Gary. Yep.
Dex Carter said, I do it too.
RWC, baby.
William Norris said, awesome. I grew up in RWC well over 10 years ago.
Heck yeah, man.
Joshua Epps said, good evening. Who's a competitor, past or present, you'd want to defend your TV championship against? Good question.
Let's see. Well,
past or present? YouTube?
I would say a competitor, past or present. So if we're going on any scale at all, if we're just going strictly indies, I'd love to wrestle Gustavo. If we're going like on any actual level, I'd like to wrestle Daniel Garcia, who
Oh,
is a former Ring of Honor Pure Champion.
right. For some reason, my YouTube is. I
Yeah,
don't know
no,
why, but
absolutely. So yeah, I mean, really, I like to get in and mix it up with people that have different styles. I think Garcia has a different style. There's actually another guy from South Carolina that's on the Indies that I'd love to work a one-on-one with, classless Mason Miles.
there
Um,
you go.
I'd
There you
love to
go.
I'd love to
I'd
wrestle
love to
Mason
see
Miles.
that. I'm
But
sorry we
the
can't finish that match, ladies and gentlemen.
oh, it's
But
good. That
definitely
no,
go
that
on
was the ending.
YouTube. Go on YouTube and look up AIWF Top Gun Tournament semifinals, and that match will pop up, and you can
Now,
finish
I
watching.
think the one guy that I've been petitioning for that I really want to wrestle one-on-one is David Parrish. I
Oh
really want
man,
to
that
mess.
would be nice.
I really want to have a one-on-one with David Parrish. Me and David have talked so many times. We've been on a couple of the same shows. He's come to RWC. I've been up to AML. We've both been at AIWF together. And I keep telling him, one day we're going to have to line it up, man. Shout out David Parrish, because one day we're going to lock it up. It's going to be
Right.
it's going to be a match of the year candidate. I can tell you that now.
Oh man, I can't. I would love. I'm gonna come up to Ring Wars and watch them. I got to come up to Ring Wars at least one time, man. There's no doubt about it. I've heard nothing but great things come out of Ring Wars Carolina. Missy said, "Hey Scott, I heard KFC is from Kentucky." It was oh gosh. Wait a minute, guys. This is a joke it's not a joke. It's actually a true story about my wife, and it was just a funny moment, and she's making light of it. We're heading to Alabama from Wisconsin when we lived in Wisconsin, and we're driving through Kentucky. My wife looks up, and there's a big Colonel Sanders thing on the side of the building, of one of the buildings painted of Colonel Sanders, and she looks over at me as serious as she could be, and she goes, "Scott, I just realized Kentucky Fried Chicken is from Kentucky." I laughed all the way down. It's just my wife being my wife. I love her to death, man. And I've never let her live it down. And I told the story to them, and she's reminding me. It was a great story. That's some funny stuff. I love my wife. Dexter Carter, next time you see Eddie, tell him Willie D said hello. Okay. Um, I already said that when it was going on. Yeah, the classic. He pulled my hair tactic. It'd be like, what hair? There you
That's
go.
exactly what I said to him as well.
Ouch. He was watching some of the moves that was going on. Said, ouch. I have a bad back and knees. Actually, my right knee was bothering. I'm sorry to hear that, Brandon. I hope everything gets better. The flying forearm actually reminded me of The Undertaker. There you go.
Well, heck yeah. Hey, I'll take that.
Hey, right?
I'll take that any day of the week. It started with me paying homage to Shawn Michaels when he had came back and was having that crazy run during the Ruthless Aggression era where he was wrestling, Benoit and Guerrero and Benjamin and Angle. He would always do that big forearm and always, and then he'd do that kip up. Right. And I always thought that was pretty awesome because, I got a lot of love and a lot of respect for Shawn Michaels and also AJ Styles. I'm a big AJ Styles guy.
Okay, I got you. I'm going to see if I can't get something to come up because I had something set up, and I hope it doesn't play games with me. That's not what I wanted.
It happens like that sometimes.
Let's try to. Yeah, for some reason my computer's got a mind of its own today, and I don't know why. But we're going to go through. All right, I'm going to do this last segment real quick. We're already past our hour, but I'm having so much fun. I hope you can stick around for a few more minutes.
Anything you got, Scott. I'm
going to do one more segment that I did my last show. We haven't done it in a while. I'm going to do it again at this show. Some people like it, some people don't, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have some fun. We're going to do Name Drop with Alex Bryant. I'm going to give you 5 names in the wrestling business. Tell me friend, foe, give a story, say pass, whatever you want to say about that person. And I'm going to go through, and the first name that's going to come to mind is, let's pick. I've got a ton of names. Let's go with Hunter Rainer.
Hunter Rainer, I would say, is a great adversary. We've had some pretty good matches, and it's very competitive. We've also had a little bit of heat building online through social media. And I just need him to know, if he's watching this, that we can run it back anytime he wants. So yeah.
Okay, I got you. I got you there. Oh, you already spoken about him. Caden Pierre.
Caden Pierre, I would say probably my second biggest rival, behind Victor Andrews, who would take that number one spot. I have a lot of respect for Caden Pierre as a competitor, and we always have good chemistry. So anytime he wants to lock it up, we can run that too.
My daughter gave me that thing and told me to wave it. She thought it was funny. I don't know. She's trying to sabotage my show. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, so many names. You've wrestled so many people that it's hard to just pick one name out of the bunch, man.
Goodness.
But let's go with we just saw you wrestling. Let's talk about James Anthony for a minute. What you got to say about Mr. Anthony?
James Anthony, he has been everything from a friend to, I'm glad you heard that. James Anthony has been everything from a friend to me and a mentor to the biggest thorn in my side possible. And I have a lot of respect and admiration for James. He's a hard worker. He's done a lot in this business, and I think a lot of times it goes unnoticed and people forget. But James Anthony's been around for a long time, and he's been in the ring and had the pleasure of working with a lot of people and a lot of talent. And he's been very instrumental in my career. So even though he's been a pain in my, you know what, I have a lot of respect for James Anthony. Good guy.
Even Mama said he's a pain in my butt.
That's him and Eddie, their biggest rivals.
Oh my goodness. That's great. I love that, man. I love that. Okay, how about Justin Tyler?
Justin Tyler. I'm not quite familiar with the name. Is that
wait a minute. Wrong guy. Wrong guy.
Okay, cool.
Wrong guy. I apologize.
That's
wrong
okay.
guy. That was dumb of me. That really was.
It's okay.
I love this name. So you've wrestled him it looks like a 3-way. I'd love to hear about him. Okay. Maluto X.
Oh, Mulatto X.
Mulatto X.
He had a short stint in RWC. We had a one-on-one last summer, and then I was in a tag match against him, and I was also in. There was another. I can't remember what the other match was. Good guy, very athletic, and hits very hard. Hits very hard for a smaller guy.
I would love to hear about this because this was a Ring Wars Carolina episode, and it only says on YouTube TV time limit, but you were fighting a guy named Tiger. Do you remember that match?
The Caribbean Tiger.
Oh, so, the Caribbean Tiger. Okay. Yeah. Ring Wars Carolina. Put the whole name on there next time.
Yep.
Come on, man.
That was actually the first round of the tournament to crown the first ever Ring Wars Carolina television champion, and they built it as student versus teacher because he and Eddie, of course, were my trainers. And I'm going to tell you, man, I was super green going into that match, and I was super nervous, and he carried me through it, and we somehow turned it into one of the better matches on the card that night, and it's probably one of the best matches in my career. And that has nothing to do with me. I give all the credit in the world to him because he made me look like $1 million in that match.
Last name on the list, number 5, no comparison, Joe Harrison.
No comparison, Joe Harrison. So he's actually a South Carolina guy. Joe only lives about 45 minutes from me. We've talked a lot. He strikes very, very hard. He's very, he's stiff with it. I wrestled him when I was extremely green. He and I just had a conversation a couple months ago about running it back because, we're both at different stages in our career. He's made comments that he wishes that I would have got into the business earlier because they used to run at C4W here in Myrtle Beach. That's before my time. And now he does some work with the show in Myrtle Beach. I haven't worked with those guys yet outside of doing some training with them. Right. But I like Joe Harrison. Joe Harrison's a good dude, good wrestler, safe to work with. He will take care of you. But if you get in there with Joey Harrison, I'm gonna tell you now, when he strikes you, you're gonna wake up tomorrow and know he hit you. So, and hey,
That's
I want to
if
play.
if you don't have a good match, the way you know you had a good match is if you wake up the next day and you can barely get out of bed. You know you've had a good match.
I want to play off of Joey a little bit because his tag team partner is Mickey Folk up in AIWF. They're the AIWF World Tag Team Champions. I got a lot of love, admiration, and respect for Mickey Folk. We have beat the absolute piss out of each other before. And
boy.
Mickey is it's so funny because Mickey dubs himself as a redneck, but Mickey knows where my hometown is, so he thinks I'm a redneck too.
Now that's great. All right, last question of the night, then I'm going to let you get back to your evening, sir. Again, I appreciate you coming on. I always ask a lot of wrestlers this question, and I love the answers they give, so I'm going to ask it to you. What would the Alex Bryant of today tell the Alex Bryant who started off in wrestling, who walked in and just decided to ask somebody, hey, how do I get in the game? What would the Alex Bryant of today tell that Alex Bryant right now?
I would walk right up to him, slap him in his mouth, and then I would say, listen, dude, you just got to slow down. Number one, slow down. Everything, mentally and physically, slow down. Pay attention. Put pressure on yourself, but don't push yourself to the point of almost breaking. Relax. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the fact that you have these guys here around you to take care of you. And just know everything that you don't understand right now, I promise you'll understand. Just trust me. That's what I would say to Alex Bryant of the Alex Bryant that walked into Ring Wars. I would say that to him. Me now would say that to him, because if I would have thought that way back then that I think now, man, I'd probably be running the game.
That's what I love about you, man. That was a great answer. I loved it. Now, oh my gosh, my mind just went blank. Mama liked it though. I'll tell you. She's like, yeah, I love that answer. But yeah, sir, it's been a pleasure having you on #Truth, man. I would love to have you back on
anytime, man,
in the near future, brother, and talk about some more. And maybe we'll go through a whole match. I don't know what happened with my YouTube, but it just started, spinning. That was crazy. But I would love to definitely have you on again. Everybody likes you. Please come on down to our area, man. I know you love Ring Wars, but venture out down here to our area. There's a lot of great shows down here. I would love to see you in person. Come and shake your hand, man, and it would be an honor to visit you. Mama, Grandma, you guys did a good job, man. I'm just going to straight up tell you.
Can I touch on something real quick?
Go ahead.
So to anybody out there that has watched this and is interested in working with me, I will say that I'm a code of conduct type guy. So, I respect authority and I respect, the wishes of the powers that be. So I'm a RWC roster guy. And, we're told to venture out and explore our opportunities, and that they only want to see us succeed, but there's a process, and things have to be discussed. So, and I'm a title holder there. So there's a certain standard bear there. And so anybody that reaches out to me, we can go into talks, and if we can align things and I can speak to the people who represent me and everything's cleared, we can make it work. If we can't, I promise it's nothing personal. But I'm not going to go against the wishes of the people that put me in a position to do what I can do so far. And that's just me respecting not only the business, but the guys that gave me a chance to be here, because 18-year-old me would have never believed that I'd be sitting here today. So just want to put some truth. That's some #truth for you, right?
There you go. I love that. Yeah. Tell everybody if they are an owner promoter out there, how can they get a hold of you, sir?
Listen, you can. Scott has me. He has my my shoot and my my fan page. Contact me through my fan page, and we'll discuss booking fees and any other things that we may have to go along with. And we can make it go from there. So just reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram. It's Playboy_ Alex Bryant. I love new followers. You guys show me some love.
I'll definitely go on there and do that.
If you want to follow the Ring Wars Carolina page, you can look for it, and you can see any of the dates we're booked for, where we'll be, festivals we have coming up. We got a bunch. We're in our busy season right now. So yeah, you can reach out through there, man, and we'll see if we can't make something shake, man.
Brandon said, not only come down and wrestle for us, but we need an autograph too, bro.
Man, I'll sign as many autographs and hug as many kids and women.
Brandon said, are you going to show us the trophy?
Oh yeah, you guys want to see the Top Gun trophy?
Yeah, come on now. Uh-oh, he's about to go get his trophy. There you go. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow, I saw that from across the room, man.
See Top Gun tournament, and then it says, I can't pick it up that high, but it says champion on the bottom.
Right.
And then it has somewhere on here. Oh, it says 2022 right here, because it was, last year I won.
Right.
Yeah, I walk by this thing every day, Scott, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's still kind of mind-blowing that I'm the first guy to ever win this tournament.
Bro, that is, look, he's going to walk it back over by his television set and set it down. I didn't realize that's what it was, but you could see it from across the room, man. That is amazing.
And when I won that thing, they brought it in the ring, and I picked it up, and I said, good gracious, I'm glad I drive a truck.
Wow. So that's a legit trophy, man.
That's legit. Hey, man, when I won it, what's funny? You know who handed me the trophy when I won? James Anthony.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. See there, that's man. Again, man, I appreciate you coming on. We're gonna cut it off, man. We're at 1 minute and 15, 16 minutes, hour and 15, 16 minutes, something like that. I don't know. I'm all tongue tied because this has been a great interview, man. I even didn't hit half my commercials I was supposed to, and I apologize to all my podcasters, but Alex was such a great interview, and everybody was on fire in the comments. I want to thank everybody for coming out to #Truth tonight and being part of this interview with Alex. Alex, your mom, your grandma, I meant what I said. They raised you right, brother. You are a great addition to any show, man. After listening to what you have to say, I am so stoked to come out and check you out wherever you're
really
at.
Appreciate it,
I'm definitely going to take a trip up to Ring Wars after interviewing you, and then we got Dex coming up Wednesday. I'm looking forward to that. I want to put a shout out to that also. Wednesday night.
Hey, he's gonna give you a good interview, man. Dex is a good guy, and hey, man, I appreciate you bringing me on, and I also appreciate you recognizing me as a future star, man. Because when I saw that, it blew my mind.
Dude, you are, man. Seeing you, I haven't seen you in person, but seeing all these YouTubes of you, man, in the wrestling ring and how you conduct yourself, and then you going over your match and telling us, some of the stuff you go through in the ring, that was amazing. I appreciate that. And again, man, you're under a good tree of trainers, and you got a good family around you in Ring Wars Carolina. And man, the best of luck to you, brother. Without a doubt.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate the platform, man. And I look forward to doing this again, man. Anytime you just let me.
Without a doubt. I'm going to end it like this, ladies and gentlemen. #Truth. I know a lot of you are watching us on Facebook right here, but please, I'm begging you, because I have Facebook, like you see up in the corners. I have Facebook and YouTube. So please, if you haven't done it, go to YouTube, go to #Truth, click on that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when #Truth is coming live. And you can go on either one, Facebook or YouTube. And if you put a comment up, it will show up here, and I will put it on the screen so you can be part of the show, because that's what this is all about. And Alex did it perfectly, man. Every question that was asked, he was right on top of it. Alex, again, thank you very much for doing what you do. Ring Wars Carolina, thank you.
All day, baby.
Mr. Godwin, for bringing you to me. I appreciate that, sir.
A lot of love and respect for Jonathan Darwin, man.
Why did I say Godwin? I said Godwin. He's going to kill me. Jonathan Darwin, thank you very much for the 2 interviews I have this week. It's going to be amazing. This one was amazing. Guys, come out and check out the Playboy Alex Bryant. You will never be disappointed. You're going to buy the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge, just like I say many times. And that is the hashtag truth. We'll see you guys Wednesday with Mr. Dex Carter.